1,429 hours. The Toro Titan Max has the Kohler 7000 series engine. So it's brand new in the box.
This one was on there good, and this, I can't believe this thing popped it off.
This has a 290 Cummins engine in it. Roll bars flip down, so this is a commercial mower. This is gonna be DR0340. Good morning, you guys. We're off on a brand new adventure. We're going to be hopping down to the yard, and I'm going to be auctioning off a lot of my older backup emergency equipment. Now, if you guys are tuning in and the video is just releasing, you can follow along and watch how this goes. Now, I've had the opportunity to buy a lot of equipment on auction. I've never tried to sell anything on auction, so I don't really know how well this is gonna go, but we're gonna find out together. So we're gonna go down to the yard, we're gonna meet with the auctioneer, and we're just gonna see what it takes to sell your equipment on an auction. Let's go start this process right now. Ruh-roh, Raggy, they beat me to it. The guys from Purple Wave are here. Now, if you guys are tuning in, we're gonna time the release of this video with the start of the auction. But let's go talk to these guys. Howdy.
Morning, Sam.
Morning, John, right?
John, yep.
Yep.
This is Tony.
Hi, Tony. Nice to meet you. I was just telling these guys you're with Purple Wave, right?
Yep.
Now, is this a nationwide auction site for heavy equipment, or can you tell me a little bit about it? Because I'm not really familiar with you guys.
We have sales staff from Colorado to Chicago, and from Minnesota here down to Texas is where our sales staff is. So right down through the central United States is where we have.
But your auctions go online, so it's nationwide.
The assets are going to be kind of right through the center of the United States, but we have buyers all over the world.
Okay. There's a commission based on this thing, but it doesn't come out of my pocket if I'm understanding this correctly, right?
Correct. We have a 10% buyer's premium.
Okay.
And that, so they're paying the bulk of the cost. Our stance is you're selling the assets. Why should you pay for that? Let the buyer pay for that.
Okay.
You're putting the assets out there for sale. You can see we label everything with a Purple Wave sticker. There's an item number on there, which can be searched. See the DR0341.
Yep.
That can be put into our search bar, so you can find the asset by the lot number. When we get down to get to equipment like this, there's quite a bit more information: tire size, engine, does it have air conditioning and heat, and how what's the operation of the unit? Is it a wobble stick or 3-stick control for that unit on the backhoe?
Okay. And for you guys tuning in, I'm going to also be going through every single piece of equipment and telling you the good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between, so that if you guys are tuning in, you want to follow along on the auction. Like I said, we're going to release the timing of this video with the release of the auction, so you guys can use this as your guide if you actually want to bid on something. I highly suggest it, because I'm going to tell you everything about it, and you guys are going to get the straight story, so that you're not buying something that you're not ready for.
Exactly. And we're with our descriptions, we're doing the same thing as well.
Okay.
And we're going to provide you, Stan, with a link for your assets.
Yep.
That you'll be able to put it down in the description, so if people are interested, they can just click that link and it'll bring it right to all your assets that you're selling.
Perfect. All right, guys, let's go with some of the small equipment and we'll look at what we've got. This is a Totem grapple. This used to be on our Daewoo, and then we upgraded to the CMP grapple, but this was part of the reason why I originally bought the Daewoo, is because it came with this grapple. We got a set of Bobcat tracks. I believe these were on an S300 Bobcat, so they're sized for that. Tony right now is standing next to one of my pushers. We're gonna sell this big old box pusher right here. What size is this one, Tony? 10-footer. All right, 10-foot box pusher. And then this plow is actually a Leo plow, made right up. It was in, I think, North St. Paul, Minnesota, is the home of where these were made, and we had this on the front of that truck right there. What's the size on this one, Tony?
9 feet.
9 foot. And this is an angle iron plow, so let's just take a quick look. You can see how it is. We don't have any ruptures or anything, but it's also not in perfect condition. Probably could use a spring upgrade right there. The mold board itself is pretty tight. Cutting edge is going to need to be flipped. So you take these bolts off, you would flip that cutting edge around, and you'd be good to go. Some of you guys are familiar with my Snow Dog. What's the measurements on the Snow Dog, Tony? Was it 8'2"? What is it?
9'6".
9'6". 9'6". All right. This one was used for, is it 2 or 3 seasons? And then I started to have problems with it, and I brought it in to Chris Steele, and they completely went through it, fixed everything up. I yanked it off, and then I went with a Heinecker snowplow. So let's just take a look at it. So there's no, when I dropped it off, there was no issues with it at all. This is going to be DR0340. I'm looking for, I think there was a bend, right? Nope, that's supposed to be there. You kind of forget, you start running out, so that one's, yeah, so those dog ears are supposed to be in like that. The mold board itself is good. This is a stainless steel V-plow, and it's outfitted with the best cutting edges ever. Winter equipment. No, they don't pay me to say this, but they're on there. Let's just take a look at how this is. So there's a lot of life left in this one. Look at, here's where the mold board is, and we got this much cutting edge left on it. So relatively new on that one. Before we could sell the equipment, according to Purple Wave, they recommended we clean everything up, and they wanted to see everything running and operating. So today we're going to have everything that we see for sale in operation. Sam loves detail work, and he's currently cleaning up the backhoe, which has been put on light duty reserve action for about 5 to 7 years now, so it's time that it found a better home. All right, guys, we got a new Holland 555. We painted custom black. Good, bad, and in between. Good. She's got good, solid front tires. This is a 4-wheel drive unit. In fact, this tire is brand spanking new, but you are going to need some rear wheel tires. Last year we did have some issues with it, and we went through it and got everything fixed and set up. So she's going to be a great machine for farm use. I would recommend this one for. Let's see, I think we've got, let's go look inside what we got for hours. The hour meter is going to be fairly accurate, I believe. 5,270 hours is on it. Now this is an Extend-A-Hoe, and the bad is the Extend-A-Hoe is if you just let it set in the air like this, she'll eventually coast down on her own. Why, I don't know. But it's been doing that for a while now. So we just let her be. We just let her buck. Never had any issues with it. Let's see. She's looking for any leaks. This was our emergency backup backhoe. So if everything else failed, we would hop in this one and keep working. I wouldn't call this one our daily driver just because it's, you know, a little bit older and we need for snow plowing. This was used extensively just for snow plowing 90% of its life. But for snow plowing, we need something that is newer. Basically just newer. We actually, on our snowplow contracts, have a requirement of the minimum age that we're allowed equipment. And then you're going to be like, oh man, I wouldn't use that for that, but actually we don't mind because it's time to update it. We did. So as we look in here, we did peel out the headliner, cleaned it up. It's always been a good machine. This is probably my oldest piece of snowplowing equipment I own. We don't use it much.
I never used it once. Other than driving it to the plow site back, not even to use it to plow.
Yeah, yeah. We just park it and let it set, so that's all it's been doing for years. Let's take a closer look at this bad boy. I am selling it. She does run, she does drive, she's got some updates. I started to work on it. Tires are actually pretty good. We are missing 2, but the ones that are here are in decent shape. We're missing the one in the back and one on the other side. This has a 290 Cummins engine in it. Engine's in strong shape. So she runs good. We got a good front tire here. The back tires are good. The brake cam, we are missing the other back. It's got a puck system as well. We're missing a back tire. It's got a puck system. I actually like that. System. When I brought it in, we put on some new, wherever we needed new air chambers, we put them on. The box on this thing is shot, lined with plywood, but you're gonna need a new box. Let's go take a peek inside here. It's got a 13-speed transmission. Cab is rough. This is one of those trucks where I worked it till I parked it. I did. And then you guys, if you are not familiar with this one, you can see where I was actually running this truck, driving it down the road not very long ago. But let's crack her open and take a look at this engine here real quick. I put about $5 grand into this truck while I was rebuilding it. We've got a brand new fuel pump in it. That was just done over by 2 shops over. So this is the 290 Cummins engine. This engine is what made me start to love Cummins right here. The power in this bad boy. I love this thing. Love it. Love this thing. You could drive this off from this lot. You were gonna have to put, I put some new fuel in it. You're gonna have to update the stickers on it, but and the DOT, but this truck will drive. She don't look like she should, but she will. But I'm hoping that one of you guys give it a new home, and I hope it helps one of you guys out, or at least you have some fun with it. I don't have time to do it. There's too much stuff going on. Sometimes you got to pick your battles. You know what I mean? As much as I would love to rebuild that white, as much as I would love to rebuild my Peterbilt, I actually got a business to run that has to puts the food on the table for myself, for Alex, for Tim's family, for Joey, his 3 kids, for Zach, his 5 kids, for Frankie, for Blaine, for all his kids, Sam, him and his fiance. So yeah, I have a responsibility. Instead of playing with equipment and fixing it up, I got to keep the jobs rolling in. So this has to go. This, unfortunately, some of it just has to go. But let's pull this truck out here next and get her going. All right, guys. Another one that's going up for sale is our Gravely Pro Turn 460. Alex doesn't really want to see this one go.
Got a nice seat on it.
It's got, yeah, that's a nice machine.
It is. I mean, it's got a lot of little things you can do to it, adjustments and everything. I mean, you can really get Got the little air pump here for your weight and everything.
Oh, that's got an air ride seat. Nice. 87 point. What do we got for hours?
88 hours. 87.8 hours.
87.8. Roll bars flip down. So this is a commercial mower. X Factor deck. There you go. Dual fuel tanks too, huh?
Yep.
Yep. That's for better hill stability. And then we got the Toro Titan Max. Now this is that, what do they call this? This is like the high-end residential slash commercial lawnmower. This one has 4 hours. Oh, 5.4. So we got 5.4 hours on it, 60-inch deck. This one, single fuel tank. It does have a roll bar on it. Oh, I forgot to talk to you about the engines. The Toro Titan Max has the Kohler 7000 series engine. The Gravely Pro Turn is running a Kawasaki FX 921V engine. I don't know the condition of this bulk tank. We used to use this inside of our landscape trailer, so it had stayed inside the entire time we were using it, but then once I got rid of the landscape trailer, we pulled the bulk tank out and we stopped using it. And then we're also going to be selling this deck over trailer, rough shape. I would put a new suspension on it. You're going to probably need some new tires. Looks like you're going to need a hub. Alex is over here cussing and swearing. I don't know what the hell's going on. What?
It was just cranking on this one for. This one was on there good, and this I can't believe this even popped it off. Holy crap!
As long as you're entertaining yourself with the impacts, that's good for me, man. Let's take a look at this deck over trailer a little bit more. Just give you a walk around on it. We just stopped using it. We upgraded our trailers, so this one, let's take a peek underneath here. Let's see how this frame is looking. She's looking rough, you guys. I don't want to fool ya. You know, some of the equipment you're getting is going to be in great shape. Some of the equipment you're going to be getting is going to be in the opposite of great shape. So, you know what? Kind of buyer beware. But let's take a peek. Got lots of rust on this one. And if you guys don't buy it, I'm giving it to Frankie. He likes stuff like this. So this trailer, this deck over trailer has been parked here. The lumber is pretty good. The wood's pretty good on it, but this trailer's been parked here for 5 years now, just sitting there. So brand new tire going on. So if you guys are buying the TLB, you're gonna have a brand new one on that side. This one's in dang good shape, but you're gonna have to replace the back ones. But this bad boy is ready to go. Let's go hop in the Peterbilt and see how she's rocking and rolling, ready to go.
Well, your steers are kind of sunk in a little bit, and you're in a little bit of a hole. You might want to lock them in.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we weren't, I wasn't.
That spins, but if you look, I mean, you're probably four to six, you know, you got a little, you're sunk in a little bit.
Okay, all right, I'm locked in. Remind me to unlock before I go. gonna get her to rock and roll a little bit, you guys. Yeehaw! Man, I like this truck. I like this truck. Let's unlock our diffs. I like this truck. Oh, make sure Timmy's not behind me. Hey Timmy, can you film this? Just film me driving it a little bit forward and back, that's it. Alright you guys. The one thing I can say is it sounds like I got a small air leak on one of the valves in here. But other than that, she's always been a nice truck.
Pull that TLB out of there quick too.
Yeah, we got to do that. Might as well get.
Can you raise and lower the box?
Let's see what we got in it first. Well, yeah, there's a little bit of stuff in there.
Still rolling here.
That's fine. Nope. Sounds like we got a parking brake valve leaking in the cab. Tony, we good with that one?
Good maintenance on it?
Yeah. So this is a two-wheel drive backhoe, the black one. The black hoe is a four-wheel drive. Just so you guys know the difference. You know, sometimes you're not aware of it or you don't ask that question. You might as well know the truth about it. Decent set of tires on this one. What's the bad on this one? I don't know what the bad is. I mean, she's getting rusty. Let's take a look inside. Realistically, this machine's never given us any problems. This is one of those ones where, I mean, I ran it this winter. I was stacking snow with it. 1,429 hours. And that is pretty accurate, 1429. So, she's other than the rust, I got no complaints. All right, you guys. Well, like I said, some of the stuff I'm selling is used, but some of it, it's not so bad. This is a tiller. This is called the DR Roto Hog Tiller. And when I was doing testing on them last fall, I ordered two. I figured I might be going through one of them. Nope. I didn't. So let's take a look at what we got. This one never got opened. So it's brand new in the box, untested. So there you go, that's the bad. Straight from the factory. This is not a reject. There's nothing wrong with it. DR Roto Hog power tiller. We got a Briggs & Stratton motor on her. This is a tow behind unit. So you hook this up to your four-wheeler, you hook this up to your UTV, and then it's got a remote control right in this package right here. Battery gets hooked up, and as you're driving along, and if you want to see how it actually is in action, it's super powerful. These things are like beasts, and I still got the other one. So I got the one that I used and abused, and the brand new one is actually going up for sale. So one of you guys could get quite a steal on, oh, there's the, actually they have the, is this the remote hooked up right here? Yeah, here's the handheld remote right here. Sorry, you guys, right here. So this is what goes on to your, gets hooked up. You hold it in your hand as you're towing it, and you can raise and lower the machine. And if you really want to see it in action, there's a whole video I made on it. Never been used. Straight out the box, right there.
So something unique about this truck, it's a double frame.
Why is that unique?
It's just much heavier duty. Yep.
Is that double frame all the way to the motor?
Yep.
Oh, holy crap. Ah, cap. I should probably give that motor a cleaning for one of you guys. Oh, look at that. All the way up, double frame. Yep. Is the other side already tightened up? Okay, so it should pop right off. I'll hop up there and see if she'll fire off. 2 new batteries. Did you check the oil on it beforehand, Alex?
Yeah, it's good to go.
Good to go? Okay. Here we go. Can I back it back in? How's my clearance? Want me to leave it ride? I forgot how to turn it off for a moment there. Okay, so she does have an air leak. Where is it? And I know it's right under here. I found it before. Oh, right here. This line right here. That's it. Just one line. That's the air leak right there. So that's an easy fix. Ow. Oh. Yeah. Alex is laughing at me as I clunk my head on my old dump truck. All right, you guys, so the day you see this video, the first day it's released, I should say, the first day this video is released is going to be the first day of the auction. How will guys find this, Tony?
The best way is going to be search by item.
Okay.
The description of the item. Like this one's going to be under white dump truck, essentially.
So is
search white in the search bar on the upper right-hand side. That's
okay.
going to be the easiest way to find it.
So is it going to be all of my items listed as one, or is this going to be kind of scattered throughout the Purple Wave website?
It'll be more or less scattered throughout.
Okay.
Yep, because they'll be in different auctions. A lot of them will be in construction auction. I believe it's the June 2nd construction auction is when it closes.
Okay.
Yep.
What about like the mowers and stuff like that?
The mowers and stuff like that, a lot of that's going to be in vehicles and equipment.
Vehicles and equipment.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure offhand what date that auction is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up.
But these guys can follow along and...
Yep, it's going to be the beginning of June when everything
beginning of June,
yep.
Everything closes.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's it. This is going to be my first time auctioning off equipment. We'll see how it goes. I've never tried this before, so we'll see. We'll just see what happens with it. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys follow along. Check it out at the Purple Wave. Is it purplewave.com, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Purplewave.com. Go over there, check it out, and hopefully you find something. And whatever you bid on over there, let me know if there's, even if I don't care if you bid on my stuff or you bid on somebody else's. What are you looking for in equipment? I'll tell you right now, buying new equipment, you can't do it. Like the guy was telling me, like those lawnmowers that I'm selling, you can't buy those. They're just not available. They just don't have them. This is the crazy, crazy world we're in right now, you guys. So I hope you find what you need. God bless. Go get them, you guys.